as you're all aware, that in 1992 Uganda adopted decentralization by devolution as a form of governance with the intention to bring services closer or bring governance closer to the people of Uganda. And since then, we have not seen government align itself as far as budget allocation is concerned to this dream that Ugandans had in 1992. Going to the gist of the matter, as CSOs we observe an increase from shillings 5.468 trillion from the financial year 2023-2024 to Uganda shillings 5.973 trillion in the financial year 2024-2025. But despite this increase, the budget allocations to local governments we observe have stagnated to around 5 trillion shillings in the last 3 years, which is a point of concern. It's also concerning that the focal points of implementation where local individuals encounter service delivery are facing yet another reduction of 6.7%, which translates into 5.73 trillion shillings. We think this reduction is likely to affect service delivery in local governments. Now, as you may all know, that most of our local governments depend heavily on central government transfers. The local revenue that they collect in local governments is not sufficient enough to address service delivery gaps. Imagine if today it rained with a lot of storm and the storm took away a roof of a classroom block of a school. Very few local governments will be able to respond to this service delivery gap. So this sort of reduction in allocation, we believe, does not clearly demonstrate the potential of local governments or does not demonstrate the potential of the implementation of the decentralization policy in this country. We therefore implore the government of Uganda to reconsider and prioritize, given that the increase in the budget is not proportionate to local government allocations, which has only received 7.7%, translating to Uganda shillings. I mean, they have only received 7.7% of the 72.37 trillion shillings, which is our national budget. We think that government should be putting money where there are many mouths. I guess that all of us in this room comes from a local government. How many of us have been born in the cities here? So all the issues that my colleagues addressed themselves to earlier, to do with access to quality education services, access to health services, these are all services that were decentralized to local governments under section and the second schedule of the Local Governments Act, and that includes education, health, agricultural services, water and sanitation, roads, amongst others. Today, when you go to some of our local governments, particularly I want to draw our attention to Karamoja sub-region. There's an interesting sub-county that has been a focus of NTV recently. That is the sub-county of Timu, Morungole, as well as Kamyon in Kabong district local government, where they have been highlighting some of these challenges In Timu sub-county, for example, this is the Ik county where the Ik indigenous communities live. These people were displaced in the 1960s when government was creating Kidepo National Park. So they find themselves in these sub-counties that whose land is mostly forest land. So you can imagine a whole sub-county having only 2 community-owned primary schools. There is no single government-owned or government-aided primary school in such a sub-county. And these schools we are talking about is only up to primary 4 level. That means once a child has completed primary 4, they have actually arrived. So, and we are looking at how to develop and balance the regions. You still speaking about Karamoja, you will find that while government is in the process of phasing out health center tours, in Karamoja we still have 89 health center tours. So while in other parts of the country, some of the health center tours are being upgraded to the level of health center 3s. In Karamoja, you find that most of these health center tours, which I know that most of us know, only provide first aid services, is really denying citizens of Uganda access to quality health services. So it is critical. We recommend that in the near future, government should move from this single-digit allocation to where there are many mouths to double digits, maybe to around 13% or 15%. Because currently, as we speak, there are 135 districts and 10 regional cities, with 5 more to come probably before the 2026 general elections. That takes us to about currently 145 local governments, with 5 more coming. That could be about 150 local governments. So I think in the spirit of 1992, when we adopted the decentralization policy, government should honor this commitment and allocate more resources to local governments in order to improve service delivery.